The Ronald Show, starring Ronald, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Ronald Show, Ronald.
What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. I'm your host, Ronald, and thank you for sticking with me so long now into Season 2. And we are in, just like I said, December 4th, Sunday, 2011, and we're closing in on 2012. When I first started this show, I was around 225 pounds. I got on the P90X program, and then I kind of stalled along the way, and I don't know, got stuck at 225, and I didn't realize that you have to clean out your intestines first before you go on to some kind of a fitness regimen. Otherwise, you're just working with a dirty motor, and you're going to huff and puff and sweat, and you're going to still be gunked up with a dirty engine, and that's the problem most people have. That's why I recommend the juice fast. So I'm about to weigh myself. There's a scale. I don't know if you can see it right back here on the floor behind me. Ta-da. And it's time to do the big reveal. And I want to let you know that I went from 225, and my goal weight for today was 165, which would put me at a 65, 75, 85, 95, 05, 15, 25. So a 60-pound loss in 3 months by juice fasting. And we've talked about this. And this is part 1 of your lessons that I'm going to go over. What I'm really going to be getting into soon is contract law and how your entire life is a contract. And especially when the police pull you over and say, hey, give me your license. Well, they're offering you an opportunity to accept their contract offer of turning over your license to them, or you can accept conditionally and say, oh, I'll turn my license over to you for $5,000. Now they have to accept or decline your conditional acceptance. Check out creditorsincommerce.com and you can learn all about your sovereign rights. It's time for humanity to get their sovereignty back, because soon the global military and industrial complex may institute martial law and start putting people into FEMA internment camps where your police officers will start turning on you, rounding you up, along with the help of the military, of course, because Northern Command is in charge of the North American continent, Canada, North America, and Mexico. That's the military branch that has taken over the United States, or the North American continent. And the next major catastrophe may wind up resulting in martial law, maybe even another staged terrorist attack. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened right around 2012, especially around 21 December. So I'm about to do the big reveal. Target weight was 165, and I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so let's put the scale down. Now, when I first started this whole program, I was a 42-inch waist, 225 pounds, and my gut was out to here, right? Remember, I was a slob. So now all my clothes are big on me, and I think I'm starting to look like working on getting in fitness model shape. These are my old 36-inch jeans. This is how they used to fit me. Before my juice fast, of course. In fact, I don't even have to unbutton them to take them off. They just fall right off me. So this is my new shape, the new me. I'm going to stay like this because it's really simple. If I want to lose 10 pounds, I just do a 5 or 7 day juice fast, meaning I don't eat any solid foods, and I just juice. I drink about 4-5 glasses of water with fresh lemon juice squeezed into it, and then I juice a few carrots, a cucumber, a zucchini, a green pepper, red pepper, some spinach, maybe some broccoli, and I drink that. It's pure energy. It alkalizes my system. Then my system starts dumping body fat. Okay? So, I feel good. And now I'm going to weigh myself. £164.5 pounds. 60 pounds in 3 months, and you can do it too. Remember, you don't need to have a healthy diet and to exercise in order to trim down. What you have to do is stop eating completely solid foods for about 30 days, even 60 days. You can lose 2 pounds a day of body fat if you alkalize your system right. And I'm thinking that we need to have a national juice fasting month because the health conditions in the United States. There are 330 million people in the United States. My roommate Scott DuPont and I, we were talking about that today. We were on a hike. We went up to Freeman Park and we hiked the mountain with his brother Peter, who came in from Thailand. And the three of us went on a hike today. And we hiked up the mountain and we were talking. 330 million people in the United States, and they're saying 30% are morbidly obese. That's 110 million morbidly obese people who probably are, I don't know, maybe they feel helpless about their situation. Think about it. If you were morbidly obese and you worked out and you thought you were eating a healthy diet and you were still keeping this pouch that was sticking out, that full feeling, that is built up feces in your intestines. People might be lean, but they have this gunked pasta, pizza, rice. It all turns to plaster of Paris in your intestines and they swell up because it's all clogged up. And you can't work efficiently. What you have to do is cleanse your intestines. Don't eat. Everything that you're eating, that you're being fed out of stores, unless it's fruits, vegetables, nuts, and whole grains. I'm not talking about whole grain bread. I'm talking about grains like that you can get at an organic store. Real grains like quinoa are all poison to your body. If it comes in a box, if it comes in a bag, if it comes in a can, bottle, or, I don't know, any other package, if you can't pick out it and hold it in your hand raw from the earth, then it's processed. And Monsanto, the Monsanto company, is genetically modifying even the fruits and vegetables that we're eating. And you do not want to eat meat. Stop eating meat. It is totally... it basically creates uric acid in your system, and that's what gets you to hold on to your body fat. Uric acid creates a pH imbalance in your system. A pH imbalance, meaning that you go into a state of acidity instead of alkalinity. Look it up. I'm not making this up. And when you go into a state of acidity instead of being alkaline, your body goes into a defensive mode and begins to store body fat around your organs. So if you're you could be exercising, but if you're eating the wrong kinds of foods and you haven't cleansed your intestines and they're filled with candida and all, built up plaque and feces and you're distended, then you are in pH imbalance and you're in a state of acidity and you're not going to dump body fat. When I started this program, I exercised moderately. Actually, I exercised because I had to. It was a byproduct of having to get to work. When I came out here to California, I didn't bring a car with me. I just came out with 2 bags, and that's it. And I started out on foot. And then Andrew, who you met in another show, he gave me his bicycle because he wasn't using it. So I've been biking everywhere. Biking, walking, taking the bus, taking the train, doing all kinds of different things all over Hollywood and Los Angeles. I mean, it's been an amazing few months. But what I'm telling you is that if you're in an alkaline state, your body will start dumping the body fat because it doesn't need to store it anymore. And you'll lose about 2 pounds a day as long as you're staying hydrated and following the program. And that's what I've done. And Scott, my roommate, has really kept me on task with that, and I really appreciate him for it. And I've hit my goal weight. I was 175 last week. I was 178. I just dropped 13 pounds in 7 days just by juice fasting. And I cheated a little bit along the way too. I had to. I did some things where all I had available to me was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which I knew was poison. In fact, it made me feel sick, but I needed it. I burned it off, and I was already in a very alkaline state because I had been juice fasting for 6 days. And the word juice fasting isn't really, I would say take the word fast out of it. Juicing. Really energizing. If you're eating food out of a box, bag, can, bottle, you are actually you're starving yourself because you're not getting the nutrients. You're getting all chemicals. What I'm doing is I'm energizing when I juice. So really, let's call it energizing. So you want to energize. You don't want to starve. If you're not energizing, then you're starving yourself. So you're not getting the proper nutrients, so your body starts holding on to body fat because it goes into starvation mode. You're not getting the right, you're in an imbalance as far as pH levels go, so your body is going in a defensive mode and holding on to body fat. You're exercising and you're creating stress and lactic acid built up in your system and your body's holding on to body fat. All these things you think you're doing, eating right, exercising, a little bit of protein and carbohydrates. That protein that you're eating is hormone, chemical-laced meat that has been stuffed with chemicals in order to make these chickens and these cows grow faster. And it's killing you, and it's killing millions of people. In 5 years, if we don't change the way things are, 50% might be morbidly obese. I just saw there's a lawsuit on Yahoo in my computer. I'm pointing back there because my room's back over that way. And my computer then would be in my room. So anyway, that's not the point. The point is I just saw a study on Yahoo. A story about a mother having her kid taken away, her young kid, because he was morbidly obese, 9 years old and 200 pounds. But it's happening. I see it all the time. These fat kids with their fat parents walking out of Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, Subway. Subway's telling you that they have this whole propaganda campaign about Jared who lost all this weight. Maybe he was morbidly obese and they might have put him on an exercise fast, or diet or something like that. But he did not. If you eat a Subway sandwich, that roll, that sandwich bread, that's pure acid. That meat in there, pure acid. That's the cheapest meat that they can buy. That cheese in there, great. And even the tomatoes and lettuce are genetically modified. So there is nothing that you're going to be able to buy in any kind of a fast food restaurant, because that's what Subway is fast food, that's going to help make you healthy. It is not going to happen. You must stop eating. Period. Stop eating solid foods for at least 30 days, and I'm telling you, if you can do it, I did it. You have to have willpower. What is happening is everybody is addicted to insulin. When you eat food, especially as processed as our food is, it's absorbed into the body, and it's so carbohydrate rich, it causes the pancreas to oversecrete insulin, a hormone. And you are addicted to insulin. I'm 5'8" inches, 8 3/4 inches. My ideal weight, according to the American Medical Association, for a person my height is 157 to 173 pounds. So I'm pretty much right in the middle. I am now 165. Okay, my body fat has just pretty much come off. That's what I've been working for. Get rid of all my body fat. And so that's what I did. And so and I'm 42. I'll be 43 in February. There's no reason as you get older to put on body fat. That's a myth. You're not supposed to get old and gain weight. You're supposed to age but stay youthful if you know how to do it correctly. I'm not special. I just learned about the truth along the way, and I'm here to pass it on to you. That's my agenda. Enlightenment through infotainment, entertainment. I don't know, but this is not about me. I mean, it's the Ronald Show, but it's about you because I'm tired of seeing things the way that they are. So is my roommate. So are a lot of people, like-minded people that I've been running to out here in Hollywood, California. So don't let it discourage you where you are right now. It's not hopeless. You got to sit down, talk to your family, your friends, and say, listen, let's support each other in the endeavor to save our lives, to prevent cancer and heart disease and obesity in our family. We want to get lean again. And all you have to do is start off with 7 days. In 7 days, you will lose 20 pounds. That means you will lose 2 pounds a day of body fat, and you will flush out about 10 pounds of, you'll lose 14 pounds of body fat, and you'll flush out about 10 pounds of built up feces out of your intestines. So that's potentially 25 pounds to 30 pounds in 1 week. And you'll feel it. Your intestines will shrink back into your body and you will become you again. This is what I was like in high school, 165. I was like 173 in high school. I lifted weights a lot. I'm going to start lifting weights again. I want to get a little bit muscular. But anyway, the point is that it's not hopeless. You're not supposed to get old and sick like people are doing. You're supposed to stay youthful, healthy, flexible, young, and feeling good. Stop going to fast food restaurants. Stop going to restaurants, period. Go to the store, buy vegetables, get a juicer, and juice for 30 days. It'll change your perspective. It'll change your life. Thank you for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Peace.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald Farnham, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the 3 magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Yeah. Hello everyone and welcome to The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Hello everyone and welcome to the documentary that Scott DuPont and Ronald Farnham, I'm Ronald Farnham, Scott is holding the camera, so he's capturing this momentous event live. Today is Monday, December 5th? December 5th? Yeah, Scott. And Scott has been my motivator through this whole thing. He kept me on track. I started out at 225 pounds on September 1st, and today is the final day where I can go out and have a cheeseburger and some french fries and put some acid down my throat. But I probably won't do that because Scott will get on my ass about it. And it's good because you should be responsible to somebody. You have to take responsibility for yourself, but it's also good to work as a team. I grew up in sports playing baseball, football, basketball. It's all about teamwork. I came out here to Hollywood, California. That's where we are, Magnolia Village Studios in North Hollywood, California, right off Magnolia Drive and Laurel Canyon Boulevard, right on the other side of the hill from Hollywood Boulevard, where it's just crawling right now. I just got out there. It's like 60 degrees. I've been 50 degrees. I've been biking around all day. Just got back from Long Beach. So today is the big reveal. We're hoping to hit 165 pounds or less, and I have a feeling I'm going to be like 163 because I worked my tail off today on the trains. I was walking. I had to work this event, and I was like on my feet all day. I ate 1 plate of vegetables, drank some water with lemon in it, and I just got this right down the street next to John's, where we get our vegetables. In fact, John's is a great grocery store. We get our vegetables $2, 2 cucumbers for $1. Prices are great. It costs me like $2 per meal to juice. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Today's the weigh-in. Today's the weigh-in. All right? I'm so excited about this. Can you feel it? Because I like to take my clothes off on camera. For me, this is fun, so I figured why not document this event with like a disrobing or reveal. Scott was like, dude, you got to do the reveal. And I was like, you know what, you're right.
What's the total weight loss?
Total weight loss is, total weight loss is going to be what? 165 pounds. I started at 225, so that's 60 pounds.
Wow.
September 1st to October 1st, November 1st. So in 3 months, 90 days. And listen, I didn't juice for 90 days straight. I started out, I did like 30 days. What did I go, 45 days, Scott, the first time? And I lost like 40 pounds. This has been a journey. You know, when you make an extreme line, ta-da! Remember the boiler I had? Remember the back fat? Right? I feel good. I feel good now. Ooh. So, what I was getting at is that you got to have motivation and goals. And that's what we set. We set a goal, we set a time period, we set a weight, target weight, starting weight, time period. So you have to set goals. You got to do things in little steps. You can't just, I heard there's a book called, or there's a saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's how we've done this. One day at a time, we've been tracking it. You know, look where we started this week. I started out at 176 pounds. Here, let me shine some light on it. Okay.
It's too hot.
November 27th. So that was last week. I started at 176. Then I went to 177, 174 on Tuesday. Wednesday 173. See how I'm dropping? Like, look at this day. 3.5 pounds lost. And then another 2.5. Then I went up to, I think I may have been dehydrated at 166. Because I didn't get to drink a lot of water that day and I was all over the place. So yesterday I was at 166. So I went from 168 to 166. So now, Monday, which is going to be 12/5, I'm going to write it in there. We're going to be 165 or less. So let me pull into the light here. And this has to be motivation for everybody watching this documentary because this is what it's all about. It's hitting your target goal weight, feeling satisfied with your accomplishments. What does it look like, Scott? Is it like 165 and a quarter? 165 and a half? Can we do plus or minus a half pound? As far as, scale, I feel like I'm right on target.
165 even.
Yeah! I did it. Now I'm going to not have a cheeseburger or a chocolate shake, and I'm not going to have french fries. I'm not going to go to Carl's Jr. or Tommy Burgers. Okay, we did it. Thank you so much for watching our documentary and for getting into this with us and seeing the whole experience.
60 pounds, baby.
60 pounds, baby. High five. Thanks to Scott DuPont, who kept me on track the whole time.
60 pounds. Yoo-hoo!
There you go. Did it. 60 pounds. Started with P90X, ended with a Juice Fast. Now I'm going to kick into P90X again. I'm going to get even stronger. So now I'm going to start putting on muscle. And later on in the show, in the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex, I'll get into muscle building and a lot more. All right, 2011, December 5th, Monday, I reached my target of 60 pounds lost in 3 months, and you can do the same thing too.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Well, when you hit your goal weight, it's time to celebrate. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Do these things or you will die. That's why we made this documentary. The world, because it's spreading. Scott's brother just came in yesterday from Thailand, or 2 days ago, and he was telling us it's coming to Thailand. Burger King, McDonald's, Subway. It's starting to invade the food. Genetically modified meats. It's not just here in the United States where there are 100 million obese people in the United States. The population is 330 million, and there's 100 million obese people. But it's not, so that's what this documentary is about. Do these things or you will die. But we're celebrating now. I'm celebrating 60 pounds with a Michelada. I learned this in the Mexican Baseball League out here in Van Nuys. It's a beer with tomato juice. And yeah, that's the V8. You know what? I know. We went over the ingredients of the V8, and that's all we had in there. I could have gone and gotten some tomatoes and squeezed it, but that's what a michelada is. V8 or clamato with beer, and it is really tasty. Try it. So, juice or you will die. You really need to clean out your intestines. Juice or you will die. Alkalize or you will die. We're all going to die anyway, but you're going to die a lot sooner if you don't take care of your intestines and your colon. And you want to live a happy life. How much are you paying for medical insurance every month? $800 a month? $500 a month? $600 a month for your family plan? Healthcare costs are killing people. You know, taxes, gas prices, electric bill, food, water, phone, car payments, cell phone payments. I mean, that's a 10 or a dozen bills right off the bat, and it's sucking the life out of everybody. You're working yourselves to death 40, 60, 80 hours a week, and then you're stuffing garbage into your system, and you're not able to operate at full capacity. What kind of life is that? And so, boom, people are dropping dead at 40 years old. Kids are getting diabetes at 10, 11, 12, and 13 years old. When is it going to stop? You have to change your life or you're going to die, period. 100%. And that's why we're doing this. Because we want to teach the people that, listen, man, it's getting out of control and it's spreading globally. And supply and demand is where control comes in, where we can turn things around. If you don't buy the garbage, then they will stop selling it to you. Period. Your taste buds have been trained to love McDonald's and Burger King, and they have scientifically configured the molecules in such a way in a laboratory so that you will become physically, emotionally, mentally addicted to it. And the commercials are what makes you emotionally and psychologically and subconsciously addicted to the poisons that are all around you. If you're not eating fresh vegetables or juicing fresh vegetables, if you're not eating fresh fruit, if you're not drinking water, enough water. So many people are dehydrated. If you're pouring acid down your throat in the form of soda, coffee, white bread, white flour, high fructose corn syrup, sugar, anything in a box, anything in a bag, anything in a bottle, if you can't pull it out of the ground and hold it in your hands, or pull it off of a tree, or pick it off of a bush, then don't eat it, period. I know, I'm celebrating with poison. I'm poisoning myself, but you know what? That's my celebration. And that's cultural. What do we do for celebrations? We poison ourselves. For holidays, we poison ourselves with champagne and alcohol and beer and liquor and pie and sugar and candy and cake and ice cream and steak and turkey and everything that we're stuffing into ourselves that's not just in itself acidic, but is loaded with more chemicals and hormones because they're being grown by companies like Monsanto, who's genetically modifying much of the fruits and vegetables on our planets. All of the seed production is being controlled by them now. And we've got people like Tyson Meats and all these producers of chickens that are being stuffed with steroids so they fatten up in like 6 weeks and live a miserable life in their own feces, and then they throw it into a bin and send it off, and then you eat it and people get sick and die. 500,000 people a year die from faulty medication. 500,000 people a year die from heart disease caused by obesity. So people are dying. I mean, this is, real. So you're dying. We're trying to save a generation of people here. We need to turn things around. If we don't, then it's going to get just worse. We're at a critical point where are we going to go from 30% to 50% in the next 5 years? Or are we going to go from 30% to 10% and regain self-control? I think National Juice Month should be in November, where eating is a focus. Everybody should get on board and start with 1 week of juicing, 7 days to get yourself used to it. Feel your intestines empty themselves. Feel your colon cleanse itself. You'll feel a difference. You'll start dropping weight in no time. You just need to realkalize your body. Water, fresh vegetables for 1 week with the Metamucil cleanse. Do it. Do it. Start today or you will die. You have to start somewhere. Set a goal. 7 days. 7 days or you could die a lot sooner than you really need to. All right. Thank you so much for joining us in this journey. It's emotional for us. I'm so excited. Scott's excited. We've been really focusing on this, and it's transformative. And more people are jumping on board. I'm getting emails. Facebook. Facebook me, ronaldfarnham.com on Facebook. Scott DuPont is on Facebook. We're right there. Contact us. I have people emailing me. farnham.ronald@gmail.com. Scott Dupe at
Juno.com.
Juno.com. So we are here to communicate our passion to you and mentor you and help you through this process. It's easy to devote our life to something that we really believe in. And one of the things we really believe in is living a happy, comfortable, fruitful, healthy life. And that is being taken away from, I think, the population of the planet. So we need to regain that control. Supply and demand. Don't buy the garbage and they won't sell it to you. So take control of yourself, all right? Thanks for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex, the American Medical Association, the Food and Drug Administration, as we know it, perpetrated by them. They're selling it to you. Peace.
What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening.
Hello and welcome back to The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military industrial complex. Are you getting tired of hearing that yet? I'm not really getting tired of saying it, but I'm actually starting to think of the whole terminology in a different light. Because, you know, it's a system that's been in place, and I talk to people about it, and they're like, well, listen, man, somebody has to be in charge. There's got to be rules in place. You can't just have people speeding all over the place, you know, without getting pulled over. And usually that's the example that people give me, is the whole speeding issue. So a lot of it's about traffic citations, and that's kind of where my whole argument with regards to the global military-industrial complex begins and ends, because your submission to them is on a contractual basis, and that's one of the things I'm going to get into more on the Ronald Show as I educate you on how your life is a contract. You've submitted into a contract of enslavement by signing up, by keeping your social security number. Basically, I'm getting dressed. So anyway, that's one of the things we're going to discuss. Today is December 6th, 2011, Tuesday. Yesterday, December 5th, 2011, on Monday, I weighed in at 165 pounds. Cool. So today I'm celebrating it. I'm going to have my first big meal today. Because last night I just had I had michelada, which is beer and V8. So today I'm having my first big meal, and I'm having it with Hollywood superstars Sean Penn, Ryan Gosling, and Josh Brolin. Huge. I'm going to be spending the whole week. So I'm getting dressed right now, going down to Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood. I'm working on the movie Gangster Squad with Sean Penn, Josh Brolin, Ryan Gosling. So I came to LA. So it's magical. So I'm going to be spending my whole week hanging out with them, and I'm going to have some nice meals. Food on a movie set, especially this size. Oh, nice. So, you know, if I put on 5 pounds this week, that's fine, because I'm going to take it off. I'm actually setting a new goal. For my height, my target, my low end for my height goal window recommended by, I guess, physicians is 157 pounds. That's the low end, and then up to 173. I'm 165, so I'm like right in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I want to get down to 157, because I really want to get even more ripped. I mean, I don't even consider myself fitness model ripped. You know, the guys who have like really, really lean. So I want to get like that. And then I'm also going to start working on now building some muscle so I don't look too skinny. Because some of the feedback I've been getting is, you look too skinny. Because they were used to seeing me so fat and bloated. Now it's like, no, this is me. This is me without carrying around a bunch of acid and garbage in my system. So it's cold here in Los Angeles, California. I'm putting on layers of clothes. It is freezing out. actually. It was like 40 degrees last night. I had to put on an extra blanket. I slept in 3 or 4 pairs. I slept in jeans, 2 pairs of pajamas, boxer shorts, a long sleeve shirt, a thermal shirt, 2 pairs of pajama tops, and 2 sweaters, and a hat, a skull cap. I slept in that, and like 2 pairs of socks. Because I'm from Florida. This California weather, man, it's like, this is like blizzard in Florida. So I'm dealing with the elements. And so you got to be lean on, you have to be lean to work in Hollywood to be on camera, because not only does the camera add weight, but you have to layer yourself, because when you're shooting and they shoot you around, it's going to be cold for like the next 3 or 4 months. So, and I don't like the cold that much. But beggars can't be choosers. I mean, I came out here. So anyway, that's my day here on the Ronald Show. Just tuning in. And who knows, maybe I'll start taking you guys around Hollywood so you can see what it's like from my perspective, because I'm doing it on a bicycle, on a bus, on a train, seeing everything. It's awesome. I love it. I love the people too. There's a chemistry out here in Los Angeles, California. There's a vibe on the street, it's really alive. I love to be out there walking around, moving around, bumping into people, talking to people. There's a whole bunch of crazy stuff that happens on trains and buses. People come in and talk to themselves. Like, I saw a guy on a bus yesterday was having a conversation with somebody who clearly was not there, because there was just like this pole. But he was receiving feedback. I could see it. He was like, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, wow. Actually, I was like, man, that'd be cool to be able to travel around with friends that you don't have to feed or do anything. You just turn around and it's like, oh, hey, cool, listen. Da-da-da-da-da. I guess it's kind of what's going on here. All right. Thanks for watching the Ronald Show. The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex, and we're going to get to that. Contract law. Because you know what? A system has to be in place. There has to be a control factor. There has to be, I guess. So, I'm talking about the monetary system, contracts, the way we're handling things, your freedom, police power, military power, the killing people, bombing people. The monetary system was what the whole problem is. We have control factors in place. We have red lights. We have stop signs. If we're not stressed out trying to earn this fictitious fiat money, which is where the stress begins, then we don't have to have people, mothers out working every day instead of maybe raising their children. Family units are important. There's a whole bunch of different things that the monetary system affects. So anyway, I'm going to be getting to it. So remember, we're not looking to revolt, or we want to revolutionize, make a giant step in humanity, which means turning away from violence, war, control, in the form of police and military power. Okay? And we can do that collectively. All right, thanks for watching. Peace.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the 3 magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hello and welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Today is Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. in the morning, December 7th, 2011, and I just got home, and it's cold outside. I got gloves on. I just got home from filming at Grauman's Chinese Theater on Sean Penn, Josh Brolin, Ryan Gosling feature film called Gangster Squad. It was a blast. We did this scene inside of Grauman's Chinese Theater, all dressed in a nice 1940s suit and tie, jacket, and a hat, like Humphrey Bogart used to wear. And we're doing this scene where the gangsters are coming down the aisles with guns, and the cops are coming down the aisles with guns. We're all watching a movie. The cops are coming down the aisles with guns, and then gangsters bust out through the screens, and there's a freaking gunfight with machine guns and shotguns and pistols right there over our heads. So I open up the scene, the camera on me, eating a piece of popcorn, zooming in, and then all of a sudden, pow! And I go down, the guy behind me gets shot. All hell breaks loose, and there's gunfire going off. Josh Brolin's here, right next to me, on this aisle, firing a machine gun. And Ryan Gosling's right here on the left of me firing. The camera's here, and gangsters are coming up this way firing machine guns. And there's shells, hot shells flying everywhere. I got a couple of hot shells I picked up, shell casings from the guns. On the floor after the gunfights, and we shot that scene like 40 times. So for like 6 hours, I was hitting the deck, having a gunfight right over my head in Grauman's Chinese Theater. It was just movie magic. It was one of the best on-set film experiences I've ever encountered in my entire life. And so it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I've been up now for, I guess, 24 hours. Yeah, I had to be on set at 3. I got up around 8 o'clock this morning, so I'm gonna probably go to bed here in a little bit. And then I gotta wake up, call in, see what time I gotta report to set. And then we're going to be filming more gunfight in the theater. There's a whole gun battle. So we're going to film this fight all week. It's been fun. It's been crazy. Met a lot of interesting people on this movie set. A lot of interesting people. One dude is talking about Wall Street. He was he was in the secondary market business. He was talking about how Goldman Sachs or Bear Stearns, and one of them is just bankrupt. The whole economy is just falling to pieces. This is like an older gentleman, distinguished, telling me that the economy is hosed. I'm meeting all kinds of people on the different movie sets, and a lot of smart people, a lot of people with a lot of different stories to tell. Not just me. I'm gonna start taking you guys around Hollywood. There's one dude stands on Hollywood and Highland with a sign that reads, "My father was Illuminati." The end of the New World Order is here. I'm going to take you down and interview him in an upcoming show, and you want to hear some stories from the street, from Hollywood Boulevard. I'm going to start bringing them to you. So look for that in upcoming shows. There's a lot of cool things going on the streets of Los Angeles. That there's an energy buzzing out there. It's alive. Los Angeles is alive and kicking. So anyway, thanks for tuning into the Ronald Show. I'm going to cool off, check my email, Facebook me at Ronald Farnham on Facebook, and I'm on there. Or you can email me at the Ronald Show 2011 at gmail.com. All right, and I'll answer your questions. And check out my books, Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star, on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less on Barnes & Noble. And that book really teaches you how to take a concept from your mind and turn it into a screenplay with a good solid beginning, middle, and ending. And then I teach you how to take that screenplay and turn it into a book that you can publish for next to nothing. And then you market it and you sell books and you make the profit. There's a lot of people with a lot of stories out there now, and I think we should all pitch in to put a public record down as the human race. With today's technology, there's no reason to sit at home and waste your time watching television. Don't even watch my show. Write a book, write a screenplay, write a story, put something out there. There's a perspective that part of the human race isn't You know, it's we should be able to observe each other's lives. Put yourself down in history. Write a book about yourself. Write a story. Do something. You know, create something. Put it out there. There's a means for it. All right? All right, I'm going to sleep. Peace.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Say something.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Great Movie Ride. Once again, my name is Ronald, and I will be taking you from this Hollywood soundstage into some of the greatest movies of all time, all on one tour. And just between you and me, this is no ordinary tour, so you won't be seeing these movies in the ordinary way. It'll be as if you are in the movies.
Oh, you don't get out of this car? Do you get out of this car?
First, let's visit those great Hollywood musicals starting in 1933 with Busby Berkeley's Extravaganza, Footlight Parade starring James Cagney, Ruby Keeler, and Dick Powell. In 1952, Gene Kelly was Singing in the Rain with Debbie Reynolds and Donald O'Connor. Did you know Gene Kelly co-directed this movie? Can anyone tell me what movie this is?
Mary Poppins.
That's right, it's Walt Disney's Academy Award-winning film, Mary Poppins, starring Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke.
Show. Just wait for me where you guys will be waiting on that bench, okay?
Hold on to your wallets and purses, folks. This doesn't look like a very good neighborhood. In fact, it looks a lot like the underworld. The scene from such classic gangster films as The Public Enemy, starring one of my favorite tough guys, James Cagney. In one famous scene, Cagney shoves a grapefruit into Mae Clark's face.
Dirty, no good yellow belly stool.
She can never look at breakfast in the same way again.
One in the head, the first time I see him. And who else? Oh, you dirty, double-crossing. Open up in there, you hear me? Listen, Mom. We are your business yourself. Yeah. I'm telling you, very nice time. Your comes around, he's going to disappear. Get down. Isn't that? Just a bunch of one-legged tourists.
Shut up. You want to blow on that?
Sorry about the delay, folks, but I don't want to run a red light, even if it is just the movies.
Hey, you.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
No, sweetheart. I'm talking to the damn funny-looking outfit over there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Come in.
I'm not supposed to leave the vehicle.
I said get over here.
Okay, whatever you say, Muggsy.
Say, how'd you know my name anyways?
I've seen this movie before, and let me tell you something.
See? And your fancy cars meant to get out of here, so be it.
You're making a big mistake here, Muggsy.
I said scram out of here. You're gonna get hurt.
You can't just walk out of the movie.
Here they come, boss.
Get out, you right now.
in church. What are you looking at? Everybody just munching P's and Q's? Maybe you won't get hyped. What is this? Jersey?
And now, the Old West, and two of Hollywood's legendary stars, Clint Eastwood and John Wayne.
Fixing to get myself shot. Hightail it out of here. Go right ahead if that's what you're mind to do. A long time ago, I made me a rule. Let people do what they want.
Sleepy little bag, ain't it?
That's some mighty tough territory you're heading into, Pilgrim. I think you're about turning back.
It's gonna get loud and bad.
Now that we're in the clear, it's the perfect time for me to collect up all your valuables. Let's start with the jewelry.
There he is. It's the bank robber. Don't let him get away.
You gotta catch me first, stop.
Drop your gun. You're under arrest. Let's go.
This is nuts.
Get yourself up.
Nuts to this. I'm getting out of here. Well, look at it this way. Can't get any worse. Okay. It's worse. I don't know about you guys, but this is kind of creepy. What is this?
This is Alien. You are with Sigourney Weaver aboard the spaceship Nostromo. Something has gone wrong. One by one, the crew has vanished. And somewhere in the ship, this terrifying creature waits to claim its next victim.
Look, pal, I ain't no victim.
Warning, remain in your vehicle. The area you are entering is extremely dangerous. Proceed with caution.
The emergency destructor system is now activated. The unit will detonate in T-minus 10. The option to override.
Look out!
Expires
There he is again! That's enough creepy crawly things for one day. Right? Wrong.
Here in Raiders of the Lost Ark, amid 1,000 deadly snakes, Indiana Jones honors a great treasure. Will Harrison Ford escape with his discovery? And what will be your fate? Beware.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
The dust of 3,000 years lies undisturbed in this ancient burial chamber. And on the chest, the great stone god, a priceless jewel.
Wow. Get a load of that, you guys. Time for me to get back to work. Now don't nobody move while I go get the goods. See, I don't think they notice a few extra bodies around here, if you know what I mean.
But the jewel is guarded by a curse. And those who dare defy that curse must pay with their lives.
Unbeliever, disturb the treasure of the gods and you shall all pay with your lives.
to get some popcorn. That just goes to show you, anything can happen in the movies. Now let's get on with the show. Is my all-time favorite genre. Some of the best horror films were produced back in the 1930s and 40s. But monsters, mutants, and maniacs are still audience favorites and continue to haunt us today. Now that's what I call a wrap. We are now entering the jungle home of one of the greatest characters of all time. No, it's not George of the Jungle. Actually, it's Tarzan, portrayed right over there by Johnny Weissmuller. Over here we have Maureen O'Sullivan as James, and the lovely and talented Cheetah as herself. Johnny Weissmuller is probably the best known Tarzan, but he had some tough competition for the title role of his first film. When casting the 1932 version of Tarzan the Ape Man, the director seriously considered a young, unknown actor by the name of Clark Gable.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon.
Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
You came to Casablanca.
Best last line of a movie ever. Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman in a classic romance.
Well, I'm going, you can't.
Casablanca.
I've got to do, you can't be any part of it. Listen, I'm no good at being noble. It doesn't take much to see the problem.
One of my favorite movie stars, Mickey Mouse, in one of his greatest roles as the Sorcerer's Apprentice in Fantasia. The sorcerer in this sequence is named Yen Sid, which is Disney spelled backwards. Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. How often do you get to say that? I'd say we're definitely somewhere over the rainbow in one of the most beloved movies of all time, The Wizard of Oz.
Oh no.
My sister. Who killed the Witch of the East? Was it you?
Which way do we go?
I think I ought to apply.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Now, why didn't I think of that? Sing along, folks. You know the words.
Got it as good as I could. So far, so good.
Oh, Toto! We'll be home in time for supper. No. Open the door.
you've enjoyed our tour through these great moments in the movies, but we've only just scratched the surface of what Hollywood has to offer. There are thousands of other great movies out there just waiting for you to discover. And here are just a few of my favorites.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
We're not in Kansas anymore. Hello, gorgeous.
Oh, my favorite.
I want you to know.
Morning, Vietnam!
Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night.
On behalf of the Disney Hollywood Studios, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the great movie ride. Now, before we wrap this production, we still have one more scene to do. It's called The Exit. The action begins with you remaining seated until we come to a complete stop. Then, gather your belongings and take small children by the hand. And when those doors open, rise dramatically to your feet and make a grand exit directly to the rear of your vehicle. Oh, and one more thing. When I yell action, don't forget the thunderous applause for yours truly. Okay? Places, everyone. And action! Thank you. Have a wonderful day here at the Disney Hollywood Studios, and I'll see you at the movies. The stuff dreams are made of. Goodbye, everyone.